thank you so much, Renee, for taking the time to engage in a meaningful conversation about overcoming systemic oppression by obtaining economic power. I'm honored to be here in your place of business. And, our focus today is really going to be around the concepts of freedom. And I'm curious to know for you, how did the idea of freedom play in your decision to start a business?
It takes sacrifice, it takes a willingness and a determination. I could not let even a car note get in the way of this early on. Shades of Afrika for over 8 years hardly produced $35 a day. That was a very good day. But when you consider that my unemployment check was doing all of it, my unemployment check was actually buying everything I had to offer, I think it was a seed well planted. I never regretted losing the car, for instance. I never regretted anything in the past or beginnings because I just have a love for her. She is like my temple. Shades of Afrika first saved my life, and now she's able to save others.
Wow. Now that you've been in business for 27 years, how has your concept of freedom changed now that you've been operating a business, it's profitable, you have customers in the community?
Honestly, the ownership of our building and the fact that I'm buying only from black hands, in more than 90% of everything I have here is black hands. So that is freedom in itself. And when I consider let's look at the books behind us. I've been buying books from the one major bookstores, and I've had several. I have to give thanks to Lucina as well in my early beginnings. And I have to Red Press, I believe is my other, and African World Books. Most important has been there for me. This is why this family of Nati at African World Books in Maryland has given me all that I have. So we're able to sustain families through buying of our own products. Not just families, but an industry. A book distributor, that is amazing when you think of, when you look at televisions that tell us we're nothing but shaking booties and rappers. I mean, it's just, this is an amazing, what we're doing is right. We're headed in the right direction, and we're going to continue to press on.
What's your process of kind of determining which original you actually want to enterprise with?
Freedom Paper Company. I contacted a brother named Muhammad, and he cares about me as much as I care about him producing his products. Now that brings to the table paper towels, toilet paper, liquid laundry. Oh, that true is another department, but all of his wares are in my store.
Well, what role do you think economic expansion plays in our idea of freedom or having freedom?
I think we're expanding every time we have much more for the dollar we have in hand. I feel that the book behind me is worth much more than the dollar I may have spent a week ago for it. I use money very quickly. If I save up 30 grand, I made a hair salon, because a hair salon would give us back not only 3 jobs, but also produce well over 100,000 in 5 years. So I constantly take a little bit of money and push it into something or put it in an area where it can do its best value.
What do you think it would take for us as a collective, as a culture, to really get behind the mission of acquiring $15 trillion of wealth and resources as a culture?
Those who have an idea, those who have an income today of any type, can learn that perhaps their money's being spent or taking their power back. I've actually got a few here in Long Beach. There is one that is a smokehouse, and forgive me, I know the one next to them is called Bunnett's. But these are 2 families who, when retired, decided not to leave 401ks the way they were, but took out everything and literally invested in both of those 2 businesses.
You're speaking about the principle of all money in and no money out. Mm-hmm. And it's that kind of philosophy that I'm sure has contributed to your success over these 27 years. And I'm so thankful for your time today. We appreciate you. We love you and wish you the best in all that you continue to do.
I will.
All right.
I promise.
Thank you. Renee is an excellent example of someone that has harnessed her individual self-confidence coupled with her principles or concepts of spending money to build a profitable business, to ultimately give her freedom. As we mature, our concept of freedom matures. And so much of our evolution as a culture in getting to that place of freedom starts with how we are circulating our dollar, being able to use our dollar to create more so that we all have more. So in summary, concepts of freedom begins with knowing that the power is within you, and how you use everything that you come in contact with determines how we elevate that asset in order to experience freedom.